There's a dropout crisis all across America.
Most people are not aware.
The statistics show there are over 6 million dropouts.
That every 11 seconds, a child drops out of school.
New at 11, an Atlanta family is praising the actions of a stranger who ran off several teens who were attacking their son.
I think they just have to beat up somebody.
Lauren Williams knows his son is lucky. Atlanta police confirmed for Channel 2 Action News that the Grady High School sophomore soccer player was walking with a friend down Charles Allen Drive Friday when a group of 4 teens attacked him.
And did he know any of these kids?
No, he didn't know him. It was just totally random.
In the middle of the street beating, a good Samaritan, Christopher Dumas, drove by and did something many would not. He stopped.
Anything bad could have happened to him. He could have gotten shot, and he just went and saved my son, really. He saved him.
How does teen dropouts affect you as a citizen, being that your children might be in school? The interesting thing about this young person, that in that particular neighborhood, it's a fairly decent neighborhood. They have a lot of weekend family-oriented events in the park. However, here you have 4 youth. All they need to do is walk 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks over, a mile over, catch the bus, it doesn't matter. And it comes over to your neighborhoods. And the challenge and the problem of having those scenarios of where people really believe that is someone else's problem. No. On the other hand, is there a problem when it comes down to tax dollars? To keep a young person in prison is a tremendous finance.
It costs in the state of Georgia anywhere from $28,000 to house a prisoner. It costs $9,000 to educate a child. If we know that this child's gonna, if this child doesn't make it, and 9 times out of 10, because they didn't make it, they're gonna end up in the prison. Well, that's a $28,000 cost to our taxpayers. That's an economic burden. When we look at McKinsey & Company just did a study, and they said that that kind of inequity caused by the dropout crisis, caused by educational inequality across the country, cost the American taxpayers $500 billion a year.
You put in $1 for a child to be educated. That takes a child way further, much further, than putting them in a prison system. That is just pretty much you're developing and creating a better criminal.
The studies are crystal clear what's happening to those kids who drop out. It's going to be a burden on our economy, and it's more important than just the economic piece, but there's a social piece. I mean, these are children that, frankly, we can save, and I think the Child First model is unique. It has already demonstrated a certain level of success to work with students not only before they drop out, but after they have made that decision, we can go get them. And so the studies are clear what's happening to those children, and frankly, we can't afford to ignore them.
I chose Child First USA because of my understanding of the holistic approach of what a child needs in their own development and learning and education and citizenship. Holistically, you have to understand the child. They're not robots. Each of them have their own personalities. At the same time, each of them learn differently. And what Child First does, we approach those children individually and supply what they need based on how they learn, how they consume information, how they react to information. It's a very important approach to produce a productive citizen.
I taught a 6th grade student once, and he was literally, this young man was 11 or 12 years old, and he had 3 younger siblings, and he had to find a way to make sure that they eat. And so when we think about that huge burden that places on our youth, I mean, again, those reasons and rationales span a broad spectrum. We have kids who are the sole breadwinners. We have children who have nobody at home. It's them. If they don't do it for their siblings or for themselves, it will not get done. And so, I mean, when you think about the pressures that a situation like that would put on an adult, even the most responsible adults, how then can we assume that our kids are able to deal with some of those pressures and deal with such responsibility, given everything they're facing, and still be able to maintain high academic achievement or even be open to getting a quality education? It makes it very, very difficult.
As a member of Child First USA, our programs are here to enhance and assist families and youth to be productive citizens.
I think one of the most interesting things about the Child First mission and vision is the fact that Child First not only does dropout prevention, you know, as I said, you know, schools typically have those kind of services, but when you talk about the dropout reclamation piece, that is one of the most unique aspects of Child First USA, frankly, because nobody else is doing that work. Again, there's 6 million dropouts nationwide. That's something that we cannot afford to ignore. So what Child First does that is incredibly amazing, it says, hey, look, when a child drops out of high school, after they've made that dropout decision, we will go get them. We will go into the community, we will go into the home, we will work with parents, mama, grandma, granddad, or if that child doesn't have anybody in the home, we'll go find them and make sure that they have the resources necessary to succeed no matter what.